Until about 8 years ago, right around 2005 or 2004, my sister-in-law named Delcy, a lawyer here in Honduras, was helping a number of poor people. When we talk about poor people in Honduras, we're not talking about poor people in America. Poor people that, for the most part, have made either wrong choices, and if they do make wrong choices, they have a support system that helps them. You can get free food, you can get housing, you can get electrical, you get a phone, you get free insurance. But in these countries, if you don't get help, you die. And so I realized that we need to help a place like this. And I heard about through my sister-in-law. She had a vision of my wife and I, Teresa, helping kids in Honduras. Now, I didn't even know where Honduras was. I knew it was in Central America. So I had to get on the map and look at it. And she had a vision, and she's a lawyer, and I felt she's pretty trustworthy. So I thought, okay, I'll go down and check out Honduras. So I went down there and preached a message, and went very well. I had over 4,000 people come to one meeting. It was an outdoor meeting. I got excited about that, thought that's my destiny, until the next day we were looking for land for the orphanage, and we drove by a garbage dump, and she said we got lost, but I think it was intentional. We saw children taking their bare hands and digging in the garbage, used toilet paper, because in there they don't flush toilet paper, they throw them in the garbage with syringes and rotten food and everything imaginable, and dump it in a big pile, and they dig through it barehanded and oftentimes without shoes. And that bothered me a lot, and I knew about it because I got flashbacks from 30 years before when I was in Colombia seeing kids starve to death. But then she said if the girls don't find food to eat, then they'll have to work that night. I could imagine my own daughters at the time, and now my granddaughters, being sold into prostitution just to feed the family. So that bothered me a lot. I went home and told my wife we need to do something. So we started feeding 20 single moms a month. It was only $100, which back in those days, $100 really was a lot of money. So we took that step of faith and bought food for 20 single moms while we were looking for land for an orphanage. Well, the second week we had 25 moms, and then week number 3 we had 30 moms, and we had 35 moms, and 40 moms, and 45 moms, and kept growing every month. And it was about 8 months into the feeding programs, a lady called up and said, "We saw 8 of your children from the feeding center walking around the streets naked because their 3 moms of the 8 kids had abandoned these 8 children, found them walking in the streets without any clothes, begging for food." And one lady followed them to an abandoned house, and an abandoned house in Honduras is probably no roof, and they had 1 mattress for 8 children, and 3 of them should have been wearing diapers. So you imagine the stench and the lack and how hungry they were eating in garbage cans. And so we decided then to have an orphanage. Have you ever seen a place like this?
Never.
So tell us, after being in a place like this, how do you feel right now?
It makes you sick.
What specifically, how does it make you sick?
Just how people can live like this, or how they have to live like this. And you go back to where we live in the United States and you think of the pleasures we have, and the cleanliness we have, and the food we have, and the clothing and shoes we have, the simple things.
As you look at the people here, do they look ungrateful?
No, they're great, very grateful.
How does it make you feel right now? Do you feel like helping these people? Or?
Oh, immensely, yes. It's overwhelming.
How is it overwhelming to you?
Just opens your heart.
What does it make you want to do?
Give. Help people.
People that are watching this video right now, what would you encourage them?
We're spoiled back home. There's a lot of people that need help. There's a lot of hungry people, and we need to help them.
What do you think Jesus would tell us to do?
Help them.
Amen. Thank you for coming. Appreciate that. Bless you.
Thanks.
So, Tom,
I'm Kevin Gustafson from Neenah, Wisconsin. I'm a wealth management investment professional. Had my own business for 23 years.
So how's the wealth here in the garbage dump?
Well, I think their wealth, they just received wealth in a bag of rice and a bag of corn and a bag of beans and a couple pair of used shoes. And I think they probably feel pretty fulfilled today. So it's a little different than what we're used to.
How do you feel after coming back here for a second time?
Well, I think there's, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many more folks that have these type of issues surrounding not just Honduras, but the rest of the world. So I don't feel real good, actually.
So when you came here, why did you bring your young kids here? Why is that important?
Well, we live in a current day Babylon back in Wisconsin, where everything is just given to us, or to my children. They're just given everything. We don't probably work them as we should, and we spoil them, and it's all relative, I guess. But so I bring my children to see how the other, probably 90% of the world lives.
Yeah.
Frankly.
What would you tell people in America? Should they come to a place like this? Take their kids here?
Yeah, I think you should. I think it's a time that you can see that our world is struggling, and even our own country is struggling. And yeah, I would think anybody should come, whether it's here or somewhere else, and just see how desperate so many of the world is.
When you're a financial analyzer, after coming here now 2 times, there's a lot of skeptical people out there. Do you think that Impact Ministries is actually helping people?
Oh man, I know when I give $1 to IMI and Tom and his wife, that that whole dollar is going to go into a building, into some corn, into some gas that runs this ministry. I know how hard this man works. Matter of fact, I'm worried about him because he works so hard, and because of that, yeah, I would say this is a great ministry to be involved with.
Okay. All right, we'll talk more at the orphanage.